All right. Thank you for tuning in. It's Chaos Culture Radio. I got a special guest in the building, Pastor Matthew Leviticus.
That is not my real name.
Well, for the masses, he'll be Pastor Matthew Leviticus.
I'm cool with that.
So, Mr. Leviticus, what do you want to talk about today? As far as just, you had a topic that you really wanted to stress, and I was like, for you, you can come here anytime and drop any knowledge.
Yeah, this Kanye stuff and that little brouhaha that we saw with T.I., Candace Owens, stupid, dumb, fake, phony behind, and
you talking about the Revolt Summit, yeah?
Yeah, the Revolt Summit was there was some truth there, but a lot of it was I don't like something called hyperbole. That's when you blow something out of proportion. Right? And it's not aimed towards people who are known liars like Candace Owens. She's good. She throw a whole bunch of things that don't have no, like, you. Whenever you say something, a fact doesn't tell the whole story.
Okay.
It just says what happened. Now, how did it happen? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people like to point out the fact that there was more marriage before this time than there is at this time. It's because we left God. How about we never was with God?
I agree with you 100% on that.
The thing was, back then, if you really look at what it took just to survive, people stayed together for that purpose.
I agree there, but I think people then had no choice but to, especially with the adversities that was going on.
But it was a little bit more than that, because I'm talking overall, and I'm not talking just us,
just
not just the melanated people, but I'm talking about the fact that a man could get up back then. You know, the laws on divorce changed.
Yeah.
A man could get up and roll out and didn't have the kind of responsibilities or the legal financial repercussions that would happen from a divorce if he's at fault. Mm-hmm. If he doesn't have something called a prenup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The idea in the culture of getting half, it wasn't necessary. That wasn't necessarily it. A lot of people left their wives penniless.
I read on that.
So when I see these people taking on, speaking from the white Jesus point of view, and I say white Jesus because it's not the totality of God. It's just their reflection of who they think God is. So I call it white Jesus. When they talk from the white Jesus standpoint, they'll be like, "Well, we took Jesus out of the schools. What does Jesus have to do in the schools?
Yeah,
he's supposed to be in you. When you show up, Jesus shows up."
I totally understand that, but I think...
And then the hoteps, like Africans didn't have Jesus before we got here.
You see, I'm going to have to disagree with you on that.
Go ahead.
I'm going to have to disagree with you because I've always thought, especially coming from my cultural background,
yeah,
you know what I mean, us being Haitian,
yeah,
and us, and this goes for a lot of the ADOS cats and the FBAs, you know what I mean, before colonization, the Bible was not even around for us. We practiced the Yoruba religion. You know, and mind you,
that's a mixed bag. Let me say this because you're tripping a little bit. Okay. There's two churches, and they don't know which one is older.
You talking about the one in Ethiopia?
The one in Ethiopia.
I know. Yeah.
Right. So the during the time of Mansa Musa, which is way before. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes was properly out of the caves. Mm-hmm. We already had... So you got to understand, Islam came 300 years after Christianity and was birthed from Christianity.
100%. The Prophet Muhammad talks about that.
So if you're going to go at that, so that means they had an idea of this Jesus way before... Dude, that's why they were so pliable. So we've always had one view along with another view. And the other one person that I love listening to, I don't agree on everything, but your man, he be having the Egyptian eye.
Are you talking about the blue pill, red pill brothers?
No, my man.
Jabari?
I like Jabari.
Jabari gets it in.
I like him, but we don't necessarily agree. But I like what because he speaks from a point of view that, like, I don't care who you are, unless you are totally hypnotized by religion versus a relationship. You can't hear if you're just so religious, you can't hear him.
No, definitely.
But if you are somebody who is open to getting a deep understanding, your man rock with Jabari.
You're not talking about Umar Johnson, Sonetta.
Yeah, I like the folks that Sonetta be having on.
Brother Plight. You got Brother Plight, Ali Muhammad. Now, one thing
Ali Muhammad, he
gets it in.
Hard pass.
He gets it in, bro. He gets it
hard
in.
Hard pass for me.
He gets it in.
Hard pass for me, because his facts.
Whoa.
His facts are like well selected to support a certain view.
I know.
Look, that's my problem with a lot of the so-called religious, is that they pick certain things
to fit certain narratives.
I won't even use the word narrative. I want to be as plain as possible. You pick a part of the story that fits the story you want to tell. But when you look at the whole story, it don't have nothing to do with what you just told.
Okay. Now, the point I want to touch back in with the whole religion part, which is I want to get on this. You had Ethiopia. They haven't been colonized. Ethiopia. They arguably...
It's cool to say that, but
they was occupied. But the point I'm trying to say is, different regions had they different follows of faith. So as far as us being descendants from West Africa, at that time was Christianity there? That's the point I'm trying to say. Which I've read. Nigeria, Benin, Togo, all was at one point one kingdom. One kingdom.
So you telling me Mansa didn't come through there?
No, I know Mansa didn't come through, but was he practicing Christianity?
Dude, you messed up. The whole it was all over.
I know it was all over, but
that's why there was room for Islam. There would be no Islam.
Yeah.
If Christianity hadn't come through.
No, definitely. But
a lot of people don't understand that they have basically the same views. They waiting on Jesus to return too.
100%. The Quran says that all the time.
You know what I'm saying? But
Quran says that all the time.
That's why I differentiate between the Jesus that says, "No longer shall you know me after the flesh," right? And the white Jesus, because if they were in line with the white Jesus, then, you know what I'm saying, they would do like Paul and Barnabas and Silas when they separated. Okay, that's how you feel? Okay, you go do you, I'm going to do over here. So I really like the way, I really like what Brother Paul Light said when he does not ascribe a spiritual value to the views and the attempt of some of our Caucasoid brothers attempt to dominate us on every level.
I agree with that.
I can't call you the devil.
Yeah.
I can't call you the devil because the devil, he ain't toe-to-toe with God, but he's a spiritual being. He's an eternal being. And he has power that surpasses my own.
Yeah.
So right then and there, in my mind, he's above me.
Yeah.
So that helps spirit. So to me, that only helps white supremacy.
For the most part.
But if dude is a man, if he a human being that's out of the way, that's treating his brother out of the way in a way that he shouldn't, then it's eye to eye.
Yeah.
You violate me, I'm at you.
No, 100%.
It's my natural right. Now that doesn't mean that I'm not spiritual. It's my natural right to oppose you at every turn, and not only oppose you for me, but my brown brother, I oppose you for him. Other white brothers that you doing wrong to, I oppose you for them.
100%.
Because if we connected, we are one.
Yep.
Right?
No, I agree with you. That I can't debate you on that.
So when I start looking at things, like a lot of people pointing out, you know, what T.I. said, which was good, but then your boy Killer Mike said something, and it was good. It got a lot of clicks, it got a lot of views. but I really it's only a snippet of the picture
about who's serving who master.
More than that, it's more than that.
Yeah,
because he picked a part of the story.
Yeah.
To support his narrative,
mm-hmm.
and then he said something. He both sidism. He's like, y'all fighting over who's got the best master, when that does not reflect the truth.
Yeah.
Are there racists in the Democratic Party?
100%.
But which party is just so full of racists that it can't even be hidden anymore?
The Republican.
But my thing is, neither of us, most black people, don't really know whether they don't really have a full grasp on what each party is saying, but they're looking at the effects. So a lot of people like to say, like Kanye would be like, we don't have to vote Democratic. Ain't nobody voting Democratic. Everybody's voting their issues.
Basically.
So most black people, in truth,
mm-hmm.
are independents that's making an independent decision
to vote for who that's going to benefit.
Sense. And then we also, a good deal of us, think more than ourselves.
100%. Just like, I think they said Donald Trump for this election had the largest number of African Americans to vote for him.
That's wrong. His percentage was high. The overall voting was down.
Mm-hmm.
So if the same niggas that like to lick boots for their white brothers keep voting, right? And the other brothers that usually vote something else or don't vote at all don't show up, their percentage is going to look higher. They did a number. When you look down in the numbers, it was basically the same amount of people voted last time for the Republican Party voted this time for the Republican. So he didn't get a greater percentage.
So what do you think about a lot of African Americans who don't vote on a local level? You know what I mean? Because
which is the absolute most important, most important.
Which we get affected the most by that.
You know what? We have you have to think locally and globally. You cannot, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, well, you got to be global. You got to be effective locally, and you also have to think globally.
But you know,
listen to that. A lot of don't miss it.
No, you're right.
I'm not saying think locally.
Yeah.
I said you have to be effective, so that calls for action.
Yeah.
Locally, but you have to think globally.
But I think there's a lot of people who don't present the information enough where it's digestible for a lot of African Americans, or just purely people of color here.
Don't dumb down.
No, I'm not downing them because
what I'm saying is there is no issue that we can't grasp. What we built is still standing
I'm talking about,
and it's genetically proven. It's genetically proven that we built those things that they had a
No, you're right. I'm just talking about the way they presented it. Like, for an example, with the whole tax bill situation.
The whole tax bill situation, when you don't have a grasp of history, you can be fooled. Now, if you look back and see what JFK was talking about, it's what Bernie and Lizzie talking about right now. Mm-hmm. There's a video out where he's like, what would be the worst thing? They're talking about some, you're against business. This is JFK. I think that's one of the reasons the man got popped. Because soon after he got popped, who else got popped? Martin. And what Martin was talking about, we want our check.
Yeah.
Because the government supports who it wants to support.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I just think that.
But I don't have no conspiracy. I don't deal in conspiracy theories. I look at the correlation between things and then I step back to see the entire picture. Mm-hmm. Right? As someone who served in the military, there are some views I have that other people
that we can't even question.
No, you can't question. There's nothing you can't question.
No, I'm just saying.
If you're gonna question, we gonna question it from the point of view of same facts.
But the thing is, you're coming from a point where a lot of people would never understand. Because you actually,
I disagree because we're all tribal.
Yeah, we are tribal, but
so if I speak from a tribal point of view, you'll understand it.
No, but you see, when I look at it from, there's a lot of things.
In fact, forget tribal. I can talk from a family point of view.
No, you can't. But when I look at you, and I try to express this to certain people who talk about the military. I say that's something that only a military person can answer, even when it comes to being very patriotic.
No, I disagree with that. I disagree with that. As far there's a lot of people in the military that have the red, white, and blue thing on their chest, and they ain't patriotic the lick. Not even the one.
Okay, I can agree,
you know
but
now, there are people who go in specifically and they really want to serve their country. They really want to serve their nation. They don't want to thank you. They want to keep doing the job because they believe in it like that. And they're different, but they're not the majority.
Do you think if, and I just want to put this just
now hold on. Please understand. Even the people that's not going full out, every soldier out there that's serving this country deserves our thanks.
100%. And I've always talked good about the military because you.
No, I'm not gonna always talk good about the military.
The only reason why I say
everything can be critiqued. Barack Obama can be critiqued, but my critiques on him are fair.
Yeah, no, definitely. But let me ask you a question. Do you think if Killer Mike, T.I., or Candace Owens especially,
I don't think she should be put in that conversation.
No, I'm about to ask you a question.
Your boy Red Pill pulled her out. That white girl pulled her out.
He did.
Because what was she doing? She was setting up a system that she could dox people, and she was 100% liberal. All of a sudden, she flipped the script.
She did.
She's a vulture, yo.
Yeah,
she's a vulture.
She's working for some people. That just.
I'm not. No, I don't care who she's working for. I'm talking about her particular.
No, you're right. But the point I'm trying to say: do you think if these people had served the military, do you think they would have a different opinion about the narrative that they're talking right now?
That's what I was trying to tell you about, that there's different people in there. There are gang members in there. You know, one of my roommates, when I was in AIT, he had the swastika on his head, tattooed.
Wow.
So but where he grows his hair out, you can't see it. So he had to get a special waiver. It was one of my best roommates. This dude actually had changed. Right? Now, does he have some reservations about black people? Because where he from, he never even seen one until basic training. Right? But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, they can see TV. They can see that, you know, we got 2 arms, 2 legs just like them. We walk just like them. You know what I'm saying? So I give people some benefits of the doubt, but I don't give them total benefit of the doubt. If you are human, you have the most powerful brain on the planet. So there's nothing you can't understand. So when somebody says something about, well, you know, you got to give it to them in a way that's digestible, I turn it around and say, okay, well, you speaking over their head. No, I'm not. I just got to bring it to where they at.
That's the only thing I'm saying. There's a lot of people that, and I think the media presents certain things that
I won't say the media, because the media right now, what we're doing, we're trying to produce something that's thoughtful.
100%.
But we're also trying to do it in a way that's interesting to pass the information. Now, when we say the media, we can't put all of them together.
No, I'm not talking about. But I'm just saying for the certain ones, when they do these think tanks and they start to present certain things, there's a lot of stuff even me I listened to that went over my head, that I was trying to figure out some stuff.
I feel you, but that's why I read. And my problem with a lot of people is that they will not go beyond the simple information. They won't. They'll just take things at face value and call it a day. And they do themselves a disservice. And I think that is where most people's patriotism fails, is that we allow ourselves to fall into these enclaves, these ideologies, and anything that doesn't fit in that ideology is automatically false.
100%.
Since I don't have an ideology, I can look at both sides and call bullcrap out. I can call bullcrap out on the left, and I can call, well, the right don't have any mind right now. Because there's only one person on the right that I think has a mind right now, and that's Singleton. What's his name? Shermichael Singleton.
Okay, yeah.
Am I saying his name right?
I think you're talking about the Indian looking guy.
No. He's a black dude.
What about Andrew Yang? What you think about Andrew Yang? I think from a
anything is better than Trump, but I don't know if I think every one of those dudes, most of the ones that really stand out.
No, definitely.
Most of the ones that stand out, they have something to say that I think that whoever comes out on top should add to themselves. Since I am a true independent, I can't vote in primaries.
I totally understand that.
I can't vote in primaries, so I gotta sit out and wait. You know what I'm saying? So when people ask me my opinion, I'm like, I can tell you who I won't vote for, but I can't tell you. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I hate how they presenting Kamala right now.
Yeah.
Because her record actually is really pro-black men.
You talking about Kamala Harris?
Yeah. So she would do fine.
I ain't gonna lie to you. At first,
With the lies.
At first, I was caught up in it until I went and said, hold on, let me go Google her and actually go do my research.
And you'll see prosecutions went down.
Oh, I was like, whoa.
More programs. She put out more programs.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? She still did her job. Like, I don't believe you. I told you a long time ago, I don't believe in the no snitching policy.
Yeah.
I'm talking about as far as the neighborhood. If somebody is a threat to the neighborhood,
you gotta go.
They gotta go.
You gotta go. But
otherwise, what you do is you condone evil and you invite it into your neighborhood.
No, 100%. 100%.
So you know what I'm saying? That's why, like when I say I don't hang out with Trump supporters, but I don't hang out with certain street dudes either. I don't give them no time. That doesn't mean I don't love them. I don't want the best for them, but I cannot associate with you when you're basically anti-me.
100%.
I'm sorry, you're anti-me. Because if you push something that eventually does harm, not just to me, if you do harm to my neighbor, you do harm to me.
100%.
If you do harm to yourself, you still do harm to me. Because you are still part of me.
Definitely. I want you to get your last point because we about to get up out of here.
Yeah, my last point is plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? People will say, well, do your research. Please make sure you look for the long view and not the short view. People can state facts that sound really good. Mm-hmm. The black family dissolved at such and such point. But find out what the Supreme Court did concerning divorce that caused divorce to become rampant in all genres, in every socioeconomic class, in every ethnic group, right? Because there was a time when women were stuck with the men that they were with. When the men started having a financial liability for doing the woman wrong, a lot of women said, miss me, hard pass with the white Jesus, I'm fully walk out of this situation. Mm-hmm. Whether they was white, whether they was whatever. You know what I'm saying? Religion is a problem. But at the same time, relationship with God is a solid.
Did you say religion is a problem?
It's an absolute problem, man. It's an absolute problem. That's why Kanye can push what he pushed. Now, I'm not saying he's not of God, but look, you need to sit down and be taught something before you run your mouth.
Did you listen to the new album?
Why would I? Will it support what I'm trying to do, or will it confuse what I'm trying to do? You know what I'm saying?
I got.
Because we I'm gonna say it plain. This is my last piece right here.
Yeah.
We've all been to church long enough to where we can say church cliches and sound holy, but then turn around and be like some pastor and be dirtier than dirty. In fact, it's in the scriptures where God removed the walls and He said, "Look at them. What do you see? All kinds of nasty things running through the prophets." He broke the wall and said, "Look." Mm-hmm. That's what they working with. But He's not talking about everyone. He was talking about a specific group, and this was Jeremiah. He was talking about a specific group of prophets and preachers. He was like, you know what I'm saying? He showed them. That's why Paul said, hey man, hey, my righteousness, all our righteousness is as filthy rags. And if we start from that point of view, there's no big you and little me. Look, we all have issues. But the number one thing that'll climb us out is if we care for another.
Yep.
Not just the one that agrees with us.
Unjuma.
So I can care for a Trump supporter, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna hang out with him. That's not gonna happen.
Basically.
We're not gonna hang out. When your mind get right, then we can be around. I have no tolerance for bullcrap.
Definitely.
I'm out.
We out. Chaos Culture Radio with Pastor Matthew Leviticus. Man, I just appreciate y'all just listening. Stay tuned for the next episode.